Tonight's Newsmaker has, just within the last couple of years, established himself as one of the key movers and shakers in downtown Greensboro.
He's already spent millions buying buildings and transforming them into destination spots, and he's by no means finished. But to truly understand Andy Zimmerman and where he's going, you have to recognize where he's come from and what an adventure it's been, literally.
I like getting out of my comfort zone.
So have you ever thought of petitioning the city council to rename Lewis Street Zimmerman Way?
I want no part of that
No
whatsoever.
part of that. But Andy Zimmerman could still make a good case for it. You see, he's already spent millions to transform this section of East Lewis Street that used to be a dilapidated alley into a destination spot. He recently bought this building on the corner where he plans to lease out office space. Down the street, what used to be the Lotus Lounge, the scene of 2 shooting deaths. Zimmerman's bought this place and plans to turn it into a possible retail, restaurant, music venue.
But it just feels good now that they're shut down.
Across the street, Zimmerman's HQ Greensboro, what he calls a collaborative office space. On one side, 25 small offices, tenants lease. On the other side,
it's kind of a country club of coffee shop for business people that want a place to hang and gather.
For a monthly fee, members get a quiet place with internet access and free beverages to conduct business. You quit school at the age of 17. Why?
School was not for me. I was not a traditional learner.
So he moved from New Jersey to the Piedmont Triad to work for the furniture company owned by his father, who you see on the right here with his mom. But some friends quickly introduced him to rock climbing and water sports. The latter became such a passion in the late 1980s, he founded Wilderness Systems, what is now the world's largest kayak manufacturer. He's since sold his interest in that company and others like it, but how many paddleboards, canoes, kayaks do you own today?
I'm embarrassed to say probably about 45.
And today, many of them sit in his garage at home.
This was number 1, first boat. You learn a lot through adventure. And I think a lot applies to the business world. No risk, no reward.
Take a quick walk down the Lewis Street alley from the HQ building and you'll see a couple more of Zimmerman's rewards. How long did you say the Forge has been here?
July of 14 it opened up.
Okay, great. Zimmerman owns the building that houses The Forge, a nonprofit makerspace he helped establish. For a monthly fee, Forge members have access to all this equipment and mentors like himself who help them along. Basically, it's a place for people who want to start their own businesses but don't have the money or resources to do so.
We've started many businesses through The Forge. Patents have been created. People have been hired. It's a very, very powerful concept.
That concept won't change, but these surroundings will. Zimmerman plans to move The Forge a few hundred yards away to this former nightclub building he now owns off South Eugene and Gate City Boulevard. The current Forge building will soon become downtown Greensboro's first distillery, which will complement Gibbs 100, a brewing company next door that, yes, sits in a building Zimmerman owns. What is downtown's biggest need right now?
We need to attract more companies who create more jobs, and they need to be higher paying jobs. But Greensboro is changing dramatically. We won't recognize this city in a year and a half, and I can't even imagine what it's going to look like beyond that.
Although he's gotten out of the water sports business, Zimmerman's still a nationally recognized authority on that industry and still does a lot of consulting work for it. He also holds 4 patents for outdoor products. Just last week, the Greensboro City Council granted him a $150,000 urban development grant to help him refurbish the Lotus Lounge building and that new building that'll house The Forge. And Katie still likes to get out on the water. In fact, his big thing now is paddleboarding on white water, which is kind of like surfing on Class 3, Class 4 rapids. You won't do a Class 5, but just unbelievable.
And it's really cool that he still has his first kayak, too.
Yeah, and it's very modest.
Yeah,
so did you notice?
that's
just
neat.
overall interesting guy doing a lot.
Cool.